Hi there, my name is Cassandra Cannon. I go by Cassie. I am a licensed clinical psychologist as well as an EMDR approved consultant, and I'm also an approved APA sponsor to provide continuing education courses. I wanted to talk about trauma memory storage versus normal memory storage, and this is important because a lot of the reactions that your clients have in their everyday life is because they have trauma memories that haven't been consolidated yet. And so because of that, they're experiencing all of these triggers throughout the day. And a big way to explain why that is because your brain believes that what happened then is happening now. And so one way that I like to explain this is through the metaphor of a junk drawer. And you might have heard me explain this before. And I will admit I have a junk drawer, and what goes in there is anything that doesn't really have a real place, but I know I'm going to need it. And so you throw that item in there, and then anytime you're looking for something, maybe it's in the junk drawer. And so you go and you search in there. And that could be a way to describe trauma memories, because with normal memory consolidation, your brain takes in information, it makes sense of it, and then it just naturally reprocesses that information. Most of the time it happens at night when you're sleeping, and then it just kind of is something that happened, but it doesn't have the same energy behind it. It's just something that is in the past that happened. But when your brain doesn't know how to make sense of something, what it does is it kind of freezes that memory in time and throws it in the junk drawer. And because it doesn't know what to do with this information, it doesn't know how to organize it, consolidate it. And so it just kind of keeps it in pieces and figuratively just goes in the junk drawer. And then anytime there's any kind of stimuli that's even similar to that, it's like your brain runs to the junk drawer and goes, oh, is this it? Is this it? And so that's one of the reasons why EMDR is so helpful, is it takes those memories that are stored frozen in time, and because your brain thinks that it's present day. And so when you're able to help reactivate that memory so that your brain is then able to basically hit reset and get started on processing it all over again, your brain just naturally knows what to do. It's just that it got stuck before. And so I use different metaphors. One is the junk drawer. Another is the grocery store, which is, when you get home and everything goes in its place. Freezer section, refrigerator, cupboard, what have you. And with trauma memories, things don't get put in their place. And so it's kind of like they just get tossed on the floor, or everything goes in the cupboard. And every time you open the cupboard, everything falls out on you. And it's like a trauma memory. And another way I like to explain it is kind of like having multiple tabs up on your computer. And having all of those tabs up is quick access to the different information you need. But sometimes these are not things that you need to have such quick access for. And so if it's helpful to you, I created a visual guide that's just a one-pager that you can give to clients so that they have something concrete to look at, especially in between sessions, because I do feel like people forget and it is complicated. So it's nice for them to return to that when they need to. I also created a clinician guide of the different ways that you can explain this to your clients. And the thing about trauma memory versus regular memories is it leads to that discussion of the adaptive information processing model, which a lot of clients really resonate with, the idea that your body knows what to do. It knows how to heal itself. You just need to create the environment for it to do that. Just like if you break your arm, when they set your arm in the cast, it's not healing the bone. What's happening is it's creating the environment so the bone can be healed because your body knows what to do. And so I also created a handout that's like a clinician handout that you can give them that not only explains kind of how trauma memory and normal memory works, but also some of the common reactions that you might have in between sessions and why that is. Because I know this might have happened to you too, but I know I very clearly explained to my clients that processing happens in between sessions, usually lasts 48 to 72 hours. Some people don't really notice at all. It just kind of goes in the background, but other people might experience more intense feelings like maybe some anxiety because your brain is still consolidating information and also connecting this memory to other memories. We call that generalization. And so it's helpful to have that handout for them because they often will say, I didn't really realize, that it really does continue throughout, the next few days. Yes, it does. And so having that handout, return to that handout. If you feel like you need more help, reach out to me and I can help you figure out what's happening right now and maybe what's the next best step for you. So again, it's important to remember is that if your clients really understand this is just an experience that my brain thinks is happening right now and hasn't learned that that's in the past, what we're doing in EMDR is teaching your brain that's actually in the past. It's not happening anymore. It's not happening right now. And we help your brain make sense of all of that so that at some point you're able to think back on that memory and you might always feel like a twinge of, I hate that that happened, but you're not going to look back at it with these intense physical sensations, emotions. It's going to be something that happened in the past, and it's not something that defines you or who you are anymore. So I hope that that explanation of how you discuss trauma memories versus normal memories with clients is helpful. And if you're interested in the tools that I discussed, they will be in the first comment. Thank you.